Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone. Both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Welcome home. Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know the sprinklers aren't going to kill me? Does she care? Trust me, Reese, I've always been careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you. Tell yourself whatever lies you have to, Mom. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance. You decided to convince me I was dying instead of just letting me exist. Don't try to spin it like some kind of crime of passion now that the consequences are staring you in the face. Enough. Reese cries, out in pain. What the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. You do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find. Marked with a small square with black tape. Matched the key. She's certainly an organized woman. Head for the safe room. Make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, breaking apart the mess. Paint sealing it shut. Hurry, I don't think I can keep it open for long. Slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it, painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. Sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably still have a few minutes before he gets here. Any other secrets? Maybe if we both survive, I might decide to share a few more. If you don't go tattling to anybody. I have Tabitha on the way, but she's more so to help us. Well, I pump him full elephant tranquilizer, then I lock him in here, then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. Has that worked before? He's never known the exact nature of his condition before. Maybe it was a mistake to hide it from him. But I thought it meant he could feel like he had more freedom, not knowing that if he just stopped taking his pills, he'd become some big, pointy enough to kill me. I'm going to have to revoke some of those freedoms now. He's not going to like that, but I think he'll understand even if it takes time. I don't think he wants to hurt people, it's just he can't help what he is. An old X-ray room, lead walls. After I realized this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Glad I could finally come in handy. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty, he had all the usual changes and a few extra. Thickened nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. Feared he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out a few times. There was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now. Just a couple inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared, he could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off or maybe a hallucination. The second time it wasn't as subtle. It didn't go away as easily. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond the realm of expertise. I've been medicating him since he was 12. I've only had 3 incidents like this before, maybe 4 depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages, so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. It started when he was around 15. Increasing the high dosage of that. But his body kept adapting, and his symptoms would just come back, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious, and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution, and I took it, and I've been dealing with these emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. I already know it's civil, but practically. I don't want to talk about that woman, but screw it, I might die. Did I black out? Wish I knew. I wasn't seeing, I just woke up what? Okay. That's concerning. Ha. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to you. The sound of a distant breaking glass cuts through the silence in the clinic outside safe room. Strength's ready, we have to get the door open. Is this what you were so afraid of? Uh... 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 Oh. Um... I didn't expect that. You can fire a different shotgun. He races by, thrown against the wall, shotgun in hand. Your cousin rounds the corner and trains your weapon on his writhing body. Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it. Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-lethally. Are you insane? That thing was trying to kill you. You know, maybe we should just finish him off. I mean, will he heal from this? He's already... The hell do you think you're doing? Not exactly how I thought this would play out, but at least none of us are dead. If you've done any permanent damage to him, you're going to be the one paying for the medical supplies, Miss Scarlet. You aren't seriously going to keep that thing alive, are you? It's clearly dangerous. What makes you think you can keep it locked up? It's my son. And despite appearances, he's still human. I prefer you to refer to him as such. I've managed to keep him safely locked away and harmless for years. Sure, more difficult now that he knows about his condition. But that room is lined with lead. He's not going anywhere. He's human. You sure about that? Are we talking about the same guy? Trust me, I've done genetic tests. He is human somehow. It's my job as his mother to protect him. And protect people from him. It's not a burden I take lightly. You don't have to worry about him getting out anytime soon. Good question. If you're going to insist on keeping that thing locked up in your house, you're going to need a contingency plan for when he outlives you. I will figure it out. I figured it out before. I'll figure it out again. Probably 2 minutes ago, you would have been chomped in half if I hadn't stepped in. Are you just going to hope somebody steps in next time too? One of these days, your luck is going to run out. Get out of my house. I don't need some kid to stand here lecturing me on how to handle my own son all night. I have a lot of cleaning up to do. You and your cousin leave the clinic. Dr. Kelly slamming the shotgun to blast a door behind you. The two of you make your way to the bottom of the hill where Tabitha's car is parked along the sleepy house of Scarlet Hollow's residential street. She places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone right now. Every other time you've gotten in trouble, Stella's been. Where is she? She's been missing. She what? Why didn't you tell me? I shouldn't have let her run off like that. What was I thinking? The two of you are interrupted by jingling of dog tags. Gretchen appears at the edge of the road, running as fast as her geriatric pug legs can carry her. Gretchen seems distressed. She whines as she stares up at you from the ground, eyes desperate, anxiously jumping back and forth, her darting away when you try to lean down to her. Gretchen, but where's Stella? What's that, girl? Stella stuck in the well? Looks like we're about to find out. Follow Gretchen into the woods. God, I hope she's not leading us to a body. Nope, she looks alive. Gretchen nervously runs ahead of you, Tabitha looking back to make sure you're still there. She leads you into the dark woods. Before long, the trees thin, and you find yourself at a steep hill by a two-lane road lined on one side. There, sitting on a log, staring mournfully at the asphalt, is Stella. You watch her from the underbrush. She's alive, thank God. She sounds more exasperated than relieved. Let's go talk to her. I don't know, we've got baggage. I'll just make things worse. No, you're right. She's been practically begging for us to be closer than we are. It's time I stopped letting my dead mother dictate who I'm allowed to talk to. Let's do it. The two of you join Stella perching on an old log. on either side of her. Y'all came to find me. You didn't have to go to all the trouble. I was probably going to head home soon. You had Lunar worried all day, you know. And it looks like you got into some trouble too, Lunar. You're all covered in blood. I think a lot of it's paint, actually. Paint, what? This is where your parents died, right? But at least she was wearing her seatbelt. Did it take off the top layer of the car? Yep. Turns out it was a really good thing she wasn't using her seatbelt properly. Have you been sitting here all day? Yeah. Just waiting. Silence falls over the three of you, the wind rustling in with the leaves. The sound of the night insects carry on around you, muted in the still night. Nothing happened, though. It's probably for the best. Tabby, did I do something wrong after the accident? What? There's whole years of my life that feel like they just never happened. Like, every time I try to remember, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. Did I do something to push you away? No, all you want to do is talk to me, but Pearl Ann wouldn't let you near. Oh.